Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking bourbon. All right, Ben. I like this distillery. You like this distillery.
Yeah. Let's drink some of their bourbon.
What are we doing?
All right. We've got
a bottle that is
bam,
unopened.
Four Roses single barrel.
Single barrel.
So Four Roses, high rye mash bill.
Yes.
You and I have definitely come around on high rye stuff more than we used to be as novice bourbon drinkers. I like to think we're beyond our novice stage at this point.
What are we? We're over 100 episodes in.
Yeah. I mean, expert level
so.
bourbon drinkers, right?
Well, it's got to be.
Yeah. So this is Four Roses single barrel. Comes in at 100 proof. And it's just a really nice bourbon from Four Roses. I picked up a bottle the other day that was...
I'm going to stand back.
There you go.
Explode.
Fresh cork pop. I just didn't have one on the shelf, so realized I needed one.
Yeah.
Found one on sale, actually, so I was like, oh, score.
Score.
Four Roses kind of has that uniquely Four Roses. It's not just high rye. There's something else going on.
No, so they have 2 yeast strains. They have 5 mash bills, and if you multiply
2 mash bills, 5 yeast strains. Every single time we talk about Four Roses.
Yes.
I think I said that in the last video that we did the small batch select. We said that in backwards
and
as
some
well.
of their single barrels are only some, like 2 of their yeast strain A and 2 of their yeast strain B. It varies, and so you have to go to their website and figure out exactly what you're drinking. Mm-hmm. And I think they're planning for the future. They've got only a few different types of bourbon that they release, but they're doing so much. I think they're really going to explode in the future with more,
They're
varieties.
already getting pretty.
Oh, they're
big.
awesome.
Like their limited releases are, you can't find those anywhere, obviously.
Yep.
Got to get into a lottery for those. Small batch select. Around here, we've been lucky enough that it's been around, but
recently,
I feel like that's going to come and go.
But it was like a year late. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like I got a bottle from a friend. He had happened to see it, but then it was like a year before I saw it on the shelf. But that's another one that we absolutely love. Have we reviewed that one? Mm-hmm. We did. We even did a flight of all of the kind of the normal yellow label that changed to tan.
Yeah, we did a flight of the 4 kind of main ones. So this is the first time we've done a review of just this.
Okay.
So on the nose, there's an oakiness to this that's a little different. It borders on with that high rye and there's a little bit of clove. It almost creates kind of a sandalwood sort of for a wood note.
Sure.
It's not that the overall bourbon smells like sandalwood, but
I'm getting like a real mature, like it doesn't come across as young or youthful at all.
Yeah, and I have no idea what the age on this is. It doesn't say. Warehouse NN barrel number 14-6R for whatever that's worth. Somebody has been to Liquor Boy in St. Louis Park and bought the same bottle as me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just something about it. There's sweetness there, and there's those baking spices.
But it's subtle.
Yeah. And it's not, I think it's more, baking spices to me sometimes are like brown sugar, vanilla extract, white sugar.
Interesting.
But then sometimes baking spices are more like the clove, allspice.
Nutmeg,
yeah.
cinnamon.
So this is more in that, leaning on that side of it.
Sure. All right, I'm going for it.
Let's do it. Is there maybe a little bit of orange peel, like a citrus sort of vibe?
Totally. It's got a real nice density to it.
Yeah, it does. I mean, this drinks like a really high quality bourbon.
It's got a nice spice, but it's subtle. Like it doesn't knock you over.
For the rye content that they're rumored to have, I'm sure it's probably available actually, but I just don't know it offhand. But I know it's a higher one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't have it's not like bitter. Mm-mm. Sometimes rye can come across as a little bitter, black licoricey. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that clove can get a little aggressive on high rye stuff. And if that's not your jam, it can be a little bit Like I said, aggressive, kind of have an edge to it.
So this is a single barrel. They do vary a tad.
Yeah.
And I feel this one is a tad sweeter than I remember.
There is a sweetness to it.
It's got
sure.
a really nice balance of sweetness, subtle spice that's it's controlled. Vanilla is underneath.
I was just gonna say there's like that vanilla oak kind of coming through.
But it really, really feeling like this has been in the oak quite a while.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not a basic 4-year for sure. This usually runs around $44 around here. I got this one for $35.
Oh wow.
That's why I bought it.
It's on sale.
Yeah, I'd been meaning to buy one anyway. And I don't know if that's their sale price or the regular. They didn't have an on sale sticker, but you know, they change sometimes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, for $35, might as well buy it now.
Awesome.
You know. And yeah, that's definitely, even at the 44 normal price point, totally worth it. Yeah, this is just great fall bourbon. I've said that about a few things, but
it's funny. I'm not getting the real fall baking spice flavors.
Really?
Just getting really nice brown sugar, which I guess is a spice.
I'm getting some of that.
But it's just got a really nice mouthfeel.
Yeah, it definitely does. It's kind of oily and viscous.
Well, okay, so it's turning to cinnamon a tad on the finish, but it's a really nice subtle cinnamon.
Yeah, the brown sugar is there. I get it, but when I was saying like I'm leaning more towards that other kind of baking spice, like that clove, nutmeg, allspice, that's where I'm getting kind of those fall vibes, you know? Like this would pair nicely with a scented candle. Seasonally appropriate scented candle. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, this is just great.
It is. It's really nice.
So, talking about is there a way to find out the makeup of this one as far as the yeast strains go?
I'm sure if you broke into...
I wonder if you can break into Four Roses and just check it out.
In the middle of the night, do a Mission Impossible.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything on here, but I wonder if, and maybe we could have done our research on this, if their single barrels are all a particular, unless they're store picks, one particular thing or the other, which I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have brought that up because we don't know.
Yeah, impossible to say.
Just cut this all out and fill it with information that makes us look really, really smart and
you can drop knowledgeable
about
if it's,
Four Roses. Yeah, even as it opens up, that vanilla comes out a little more. So it starts to bring out that sweeter side to it and kind of softens up that, what some people might consider to be a little bit of a harsh note with the high rye if they're not used to that.
It's really, the citrus is actually coming through.
Yeah, that orange
it's
peel.
Subtle. Yeah, vanilla and orange peel.
Man, there's just all kinds of stuff going on here, and I can't really pinpoint. This comes across as one of those bourbons that we've talked about that is just so well balanced, you can't pick just one thing.
Correct.
It's almost like, yeah, there's a little bit of this, there's a little bit of that. But it's like they all come together to make one great nose and palate.
Yeah. This, unfortunately, is one of those great bourbons that you could sit down for the next 2 hours and just enjoy, you know, and just think, okay, now I'm getting this. Now I'm getting
Why
this.
is that unfortunate? Because then you're drinking for 2 hours.
I did. Sarcasm.
Yeah, save that for Fridays and Saturdays, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I could sit and just sip on this. And there was probably a time when maybe this wouldn't have been so much my jam. Like I was just saying, some people that are not fully into the high rye bourbons.
Yeah.
But this one, it's just got so much going on. I think this is a great high quality high rye.
Yes.
That I would recommend to somebody who maybe is just kind of entering that kind of bourbon, that style of bourbon.
The only caution, like, it's been close to a year since I finished, half a year, since I finished the bottle I had, the single barrel. And this really comes across as sweeter and maybe more interesting than the bottle I had. So I wonder if, because they're single barrels, maybe the bottle I had was quite a bit different.
But like a small batch select, which 4
we both love.
points higher than this.
Yeah.
In the same category, like I would say, like there's so much more going on there than just a high rye bourbon that punches you with rye. And there's nothing wrong with that. I've had plenty of high rye bourbons where it's like, okay, if I'm in the mood for a good rye punch, this is one I'll go to.
Yes.
But these, like the higher quality Four Roses products are definitely, like, they've kind of got their own thing going on. It's really good, really well balanced.
Yes.
They just drink really high quality. So I don't know, I just got nothing but good things to say about this.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yep.
So, well, I hope you can get the same barrel as me if you live in Minnesota.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
But if not, I hope your single barrel is as good as this one. So this has been Four Roses Single Barrel on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Cheers.